Hey there, folks. Welcome back to Let's Play Romance of Three Kingdoms 12. I'm the Mysterious JG, and we had a pretty solid, positive results in combat for us so far. But we, other than Ji Haoen's little disaster, trying to take the city of Wan, but we suffered our first serious setback last time after committing a lot of resources to taking the city of Chang'an from Liu Jui. While our army was still exhausted from combat, Teng stole the city away from us. Now there are 3 prisoners in this city, 3 prisoners from our army. Jiazhu, Ji Haoyuan, and Yang Jui. This is a mostly political officer who came to our aid because there was no one else available. And therefore, in role-playing terms, I'm thinking this was a guy who wasn't a military officer, but he came out to try to help because that's what he was called on to do, and we owe it to him to rescue him. Jiazhu is a new officer in our force, but he's an incredibly valuable asset, somebody that I do not want to lose to another force. And Ji Haoyuan is, of course, one of Cao Cao's great stalwarts. He's been in Cao Cao's army from the very beginning, quite literally, and he's a blood relation. So both Cao Cao and Ji Haodun will be involved in the battle. That to me is about not just getting revenge on Ma Teng and taking the city of Chang'an, but it's in getting these men back. Or rather, it'd be nice to capture some of these guys. We're even in the middle of trying to hire him. But before we can do that, we've got to end the turn. Because on the next turn is when we are expecting Cao Cao to arrive with some troops and also a catapult. And Ji Haodun really, at this point, has enough troops to do this on his own. But we're going to wait one more turn. What's wrong with Xu Cheng? Oh, we have officers who aren't working. I thought I dealt with this. Oh, no, I sent some away? Yeah, I sent a couple of guys away. So, hopefully... Yuan Shao is increasing his cavalry. Okay, now this is... I thought I remembered seeing this happen, but this is when it's actually happening. Yuan Shu just escaped from prison. Can't really say that I care. He was never gonna work for us. We just plundered Ma Teng, and they didn't. That means that he didn't do any attacking on his turn, so that's fine. Liu Jian and Liu Biao has signed a 2-year alliance. That's surprising, and it's not good news for us. Although it might be, I might be able to spin it to good news if Liu Biao and Sun Ce can occupy each other. I mean, Liu Zhang might be my best bet to give Ma Teng something to do other than harass me during my inevitable showdown with Yuan Shao. Okay, Runan. Cao Cao has arrived in Luoyang, rather. Food-wise, we're looking better than we have in a little while. Not much point in... Yeah, not a whole lot of point in redistributing my officers here because... Accidentally double-clicking and I find out that Gao Pei is working a guard tower by himself deep in non-Mon territory. That's a weird little map to fight on too. That battle, you don't even, when you're on defense, you don't even have castle walls or anything. It can be quite a challenging battle to win as the defender. That's right, this city's being guarded by the shittiest officer ever. I don't want him screwing things up at a farm. He might decrease our crop intake. Okay, so Automate still has somebody working every barracks, that's fine. there's 3 people occupied here because they're planning a new tactic for us. Alright. So any place else that I want to... saw one of my farms upgrade. Upgrade complete. I don't think I've seen what I've seen fully upgraded barracks, fully upgraded markets. I don't think I've seen a fully upgraded farm yet. They just look more involved somehow. Like here, we've got they have a different picture for these fully upgraded markets, like Yuan Chao gave us, and the fully upgraded barracks are pretty sweet. Just kind of scrolling through my cities again. Gonna have fully upgraded farms soon if I keep this up. Okay, let's get going on that. As you can see, these are walls. These gates, barriers, whatever you want to call them, or maybe they represent mountains, but these paths through here. Excuse me, pardon me. But these paths through here are like, yeah, you can't go directly between these two places because there's barriers in the way. That's what's happening there. Alright, so we've got 55,000 guys here, only 30,000 here. It's time that we get a little revenge. That's what I was afraid of, though. Our food's gonna go down to like zilch. The hell are you doing here? I'm really surprised to see some of these officers here. What are my other choices? Oh, I sent away some pretty good guys, I guess. Gives me 38,000. I might need to wait one more turn just to make sure. Just to make sure that I don't end up running out of food. Running out of time here, though. Wondering if I should... Who can I send down to talk to Liu Biao about getting an alliance going? Because he can attack us in 2 different cities. And this city is going to have a lot less troops once we attack here. Although Bianchi will be able to back us up. Oh, if we gotta end the turn, we'll wait one more turn before we attack so that I feel like we've got more food. And we've got another Inspire tactic. Oh, we'll actually be ready to start researching something else too. Jiahua seems to want to work for us, whoever this guy is. The 3 prisoners are still there, so they didn't get taken over by another force. 10,000 gold. Well, you know what? I can basically afford it at this point. Maybe I was wrong when I thought that having the food boosting one isn't a good thing. Oh, actually, at this point, another level of convoy is probably just as good. Why was she not working already? I wonder. This guy here doesn't have anything to do. Let's send him to... Let's send him up here for right now, because we know we're gonna need people up there, even if he ain't necessarily the guy who's gonna be our best bet in the long term. Okay, so we'll do our quick inventory of cities. I guess it's a good thing we did put South Sao to work so that his turn wasn't wasted. Since I decided then to... Oh, I really wish it would just let us let that guy go. Okay, well these guys are not going to be developing my next strategy, apparently. I'm guessing... it didn't put these guys to work because they're not actually going to do anything useful, but... definitely want to have another... Let's see what strategies have I already got. Or how do I even see that? Force City... Maybe I can't actually see that. Well, if I ever get to the point where I've got... I guess I could try to get Cut Road going, but... I don't have anybody here with a ride skill. Apparently I don't have anybody here with a ride skill. There we go. Oh yeah, because Gojia has it. I think they might be telling me that I don't need to develop one right now. I think that might be the message that means you've already got 3 skills and you're not allowed to have any more. Can't hire any of these guys. Or that guy or that lady. Alright, let's get up here and Jihao Dune, well, hold on, I've got more upgrades we can make now. Man, this exciting battle video has turned into a lot of building of farms, hasn't it? Somewhere out there's a farm that needs to be upgraded. There's a barrack that needs to be upgraded. I think I had one of those in the last city, too. That was a lot more gold than I meant to spend. Didn't really get around to upgrading any farms anyway. Alright. So we've got more than half our food. We're sending a pretty big-ass force, too. This one's for little brother, or possibly big brother. I don't really remember. Get some work on troops. Okay, there's something that doesn't like about Liu Yan. I don't know what its problem with Liu Yan is. Unless there's another city that's abbreviated the same way. So we're going to be asked to come up with some reinforcements. Gonna end up very low on food by the end of this, but surprised that they didn't want one of these guys to be using the ram. That's why I moved them up here in part, but they will be sending reinforcements. But I don't think this will be enough. I think we will have this fight. So it's about 65 against about 35. We should have it. Ah, and I see. I guess it's different maps depending on what direction you're attacking from. But these guys are dangerous, though. They like to, Ma Teng's force, more than any other force, likes to charge your camp. So I'm going to leave behind the great Gane. I'm going to send the mighty Lu Bu up here by himself. Well, I always do that. So I'm going to give separate orders, and I probably want to like have the group order done first so that I can pick out individuals to do something different. But I have them outnumbered sufficiently enough that I'm suspicious. I think they might just come charging out of the gates and try to crush this camp. In which case we need to be very careful, because it can be difficult. Even if you have them outnumbered, sometimes it's difficult to stop them from just blitzing your camp. Especially if, like me, you insist on committing all of your forces right out of the gate to attack. With the ram at my disposal, I can get through these gates pretty quickly. So that's not really going to be necessary. Maybe they're not going to do that. But there's nobody up on the gates either. I'm not really sure what they're doing. Maybe they're turtling farther back. No, here they come. And that archer should start firing on Cao Cao. I'm not sure why he hasn't already. Who are they even firing on? I'm just going to be cautious and leave Lu Bu and Gan Ning. They're very powerful units, but to be cautious, I'm leaving them back. I'm hanging them back. I hate that motherfucker. But it looks like it's only Cao Cao is actually close enough to be affected this time. Meng Da, I have to remember. Meng Da, I think he's playable in one of the Dynasty Warriors. I think he's the guy who has like a frickin' paintbrush as a weapon. Dang. They're trying to do a number on Cao Cao. Come on, Way of Way. Come on, Way of Way. Anything else here, which is... Didn't mean to do that twice, damn it. Cao Cao needs to get out of there, and I think I'll have Lu Bu join the fray. In case Gan Ning can stay behind, just in case. You guys not helping here? That might be what's happening. No, Ma Teng is the one with the stupid paintbrush attack. It'll be a while before I have enough for Flying General, unfortunately. Take out anybody who gets in your way. Kill, kill, kill. So they forced Chen Jiao into retreat. Yeah, it seems like they're gonna make their stand here. If I can get Flying General, I'll make them pay for it, although these guys have pretty high war. Oh, I'm pulling South so up already. That's foolish. Ganning, if I called you forward, I didn't mean to. I want you riding right into the heart of them, Lubu. In a second here, we're going to bust out Flying General. Oh, he's not close enough. Fucking poison again. No, don't let Pang Day get away with one guy left. Oh, bullshit. Yeah, they're gonna get away with one guy left. Captured Mr. Poison. Pretty cool if I could capture Ma Teng too. He's their ruler. I wonder what I got a lot of fame if I let him go. Kill him. Attack. Well, maybe I don't get to take him out. Oh, because they're all following at the same rate. So Pang Day escaped by himself. Ma Teng's going to escape with two guys. Because everyone's moving at the rate of Cao Cao's unit, which is a ram unit. So that was my fault. So not gonna bother to bring these guys that retreated back. Siege attack would be higher though, and that's kind of what matters right now. Oh damn it, Ganing's the one who stayed back at base. Oh well. Oh, I got awesome siege attack going here as I stand around at the base. Ganing has every right to be pissed that he's being used like this, but I'm sorry, we needed him. I needed to be sure that we weren't gonna have something nasty happen from behind, where the best surprises always sneak up from. Alright, gate break again.
Okay, sir.
Boo Boo, you ready? Take it. See that damage? Massive, massive damage. See, this is what you guys get. I was gonna take Chang'an and then leave them alone for as long as at least as long as it took to defeat Yuan Shao. They would have had a long reprieve before they had to worry about me, but no. I'm gonna fuck them up now. Almost captured Meng Da. Almost captured Pang De. Which would have been awesome, because Pang De might have joined us. He eventually does join Wei, but only after Ma Teng's force is defeated and he leaves them. So there you go, a little bit of overkill maybe, but I like winning battles that way. Even though it uses a lot of food, it means your losses are usually pretty... If you have them badly outnumbered, you can usually defeat them without taking a lot of losses. Yuan Jing was successfully retreated. Liao Hua was successfully retreated. Chen Yi was successfully retreated. Ma Wan was successfully retreated. So we lost, well, let's see here. We lost over 20,000 troops, wounded and killed. We inflicted more than that, but it wasn't like double their losses or anything. We didn't kill 2 for every 1 we lost or anything like that. And nobody dies. Justice once rose, everybody lives! Zhang Liao is our MVP for this battle. And we've conquered Chang'an. Officer in Chang'an retreated to Hanzhong. And now Liu Zhang's going to try to take advantage of our hard work. Or rather, the fact that, oh, he only sent 1... That's surprising, he didn't attack from 2 directions. I don't want to watch, but I wouldn't mind seeing Liu Zhang put a hurting on Ma Teng after all that nonsense. Wow. This is huge. This means that neither Liu Zhang nor Ma Teng are in a position to send both an attack force and reinforcements after us. Each of them now has 1 city that borders us, which means that they can only send, like, you know, you've noticed, I'm sure, that if you have 2 forces against 1, force and reinforcements is going to usually probably win the day, because you can only have so many officers in each force. But yeah, this means that neither of those forces will be able to bring all of their force to bear against us in Chang'an, which is very good news, really. Meanwhile, Yuan Shao continues to research ways to improve his, I think he's increasing his drafting of troops. Jiahua, Yuan Jing still doesn't want to join us, even though we just kicked his ass in a fight. There we go. He's back. I don't remember the other. I mean, Jia Yuan's back, and then he's back. So that makes me feel good, folks. That makes me feel pretty good. I'm gonna save our game. Obviously, it would have been nice if we didn't have to fight 2 battles to get Chang'an. 3 battles, really, because we lost it to Ma Teng at one point. But, man, these guys are so weakened now that part of me wants to just finish them. But we just really don't have that much time. Rather than stockpiling food and troops, we have been conquering territory, and we've only got 3 turns left before Yuan Shao is going to start coming for us. It really is tempted to take these guys out because we can get all these officers working for us, but I think at this point we've got to start pulling back and stockpiling food. Because it's not just a matter of surviving their attack, we're going to have to actually take them out. Although, as you can see, they've done a pretty good job of... They've got their army on the border. They know, just like we know, that it's going down. We don't really have any way to attack there, which is why they don't have many troops there. This place has 60,000 troops. This place has about 60,000 between the two cities. And they can support each other unless we use a cut road tactic on them. So it's getting interesting, folks. It's definitely getting interesting. But that battle, I mean, ultimately, Ma Teng, unless he was going to like drive in and take over Liu Zhang's force while not disturbing us, he had to try something. But ultimately that did not work out in the end for Ma Teng. He lost a lot of troops, and Liu Zhang jumped on the opportunity. Once Ma Teng had sent most of his forces from this city here to attack us from Hanzhong, where he was the king of Hanzhong, and he decided to attack us at Chang'an, Liu Zhang's force, not Liu Zhang himself, he doesn't really have the brains, but somebody in Liu Zhang's force had the idea to capitalize, and as a result, Ma Teng's almost out of troops. Both Liu Zhang doing surprisingly well on this play, on this particular game, and Liu Biao and Liu Zhang both have a lot of troops. Sun Ce just never got off the ground down here in the south, but still, I think we've positioned ourselves fairly well here. I think by gobbling up Lu Bu and Yuan Shu's officers, plus Zhang Yi, or whatever his name was over here, I think we've got enough officers that, like, if you look, he's got 4 officers here, 18 officers here, but that's because all his officers from these two cities retreated here. So if he distributes them evenly, dude's got 20-something officers to go between all these cities. But you look at poor Liu Zhang, he's got cities with 2 officers, cities with 1 officer. Liu Zhang is kind of like a... I hate to say this, I hate to sound like, you know, like old Adolf underestimating the Russians, but this is like, this place will give in with one good kick. They've got a lot of troops, they've got a couple of good officers, but they've only got a couple. And ultimately, they're not going to be building up a lot of resources in these areas that we don't control. Liu Biao is a little bit better, I guess, but look at this. Again, 1 officer, 1 officer, 1 officer, 7, because these are borders with Sun Ce. He might be planning an attack there. Oh, that's right, because he has an alliance with Liu Zhang, so he doesn't need to defend this border anymore. 7, 7, 7, 7, and then a bunch of 1s. He's got 20-some officers spread between, same as Ma Teng. This guy's got a lot of officers, but he's only got the 1 city. This place, they're not doing anything with it. I think he has an alliance with Sun Ce, so he's the only place he can try to expand to is here. But I mean, you look at me, I got 8 officers, 8 officers, 8 officers. I spread my guys around. I'm getting the most out of my stuff. I might need to reconsider this and start... Like, obviously this city's got almost nothing now, because all the officers came over here in this attack. I need to start spreading them around, but I need to be very careful. I need to hold on to Puyang. Don't know what that one's actually called. Puyang again. I don't know which one of these is Puyang. But yeah, I mean, I've got my GFP here. I've got my... Oh man, what river is it? There's the Jiangyang is down here. Jiangdong is down here. This must be the Huanghe up here. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that horribly. And it might not even be right. One of them is the Yellow River, but I don't remember which one's the Yellow River. I think Chang'an's on the Yellow River. So the Yellow River, I think, is up here. And this is essentially the border between me and Yuan Shao. So I need to really reinforce my cities south of the Yellow River. Immediately south of the Yellow River, and that's going to be the next big thing. I don't think I'll be... I have to decide whether I'm going to try to use diplomacy. I think I can just... If I just leave a big fat army in Chang'an, it will go unmolested. And it might be worth it to get an alliance going with Liu Biao, so that I don't have to defend these 2 cities. But if I leave Chang'an and whatever this city is, very well defended against these 3 hostile forces, that's 2 cities that are off my front line that I don't need to that I need to reinforce, and these other ones that are not on the front line I can kind of be a little bit more relaxed about. But we'll see, folks. We'll see. I should have ended this video a couple minutes ago, but I think I've already saved twice now. But yeah, when we come back, we just got to figure out. We'll have some domestic stuff to do, and then I think it's going to be about moving troops to strategic locations and hoping that I don't get screwed over by cut roads. And quite frankly, if I have enough troops and enough officers in these different cities, like here, if they used cut roads on me and attacked here, they've only got one entrance into this city anyway. So it would be them. It would be me and them going, you know, with each city's army 1-on-1. Now in that case, it would go badly for me. They'd have me outnumbered 2-1. Like, but this is more like where you'd be worried about it, because they could bring 2 armies to bear on you here. So I probably need to have a fuckload of troops in this city, and I'd have to consider whether I want to risk putting my very best officers there, because they would be able to put up the best fight if we were attacked and they used the cut road tactic on us. But also means that I might end up in the situation I was in before, where Chang'an was taken while my army was still beleaguered, and I had 2 of my very best officers and 1 officer that I just kind of role-playing wise was like, oh, dude, we shouldn't let him get captured. Taken out. But anyway, we'll be back with more in the future on Mysterious JG. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.